say, right, with the persecution that's going on, the many death threats that's going on, that we, as believers in Jesus Christ, us being believers in Jesus Christ, the persecution, the blackballing, the being targeted for being children of God, you know, um, anything of the like, persecution, right? Because God said, in this world you will have persecution. In this same world, Jesus Christ came to die for the sins of the people so they can live and not perish. And look what they did to him. You know what I'm saying? They brung up Jesus Christ to the government. You know what I'm saying? Which was, I'm guessing, predominantly Caucasian European, right? So, quote unquote, black people brung Jesus Christ up to the government, quote unquote, white people, to be crucified. He came back, Pilates, whatever his name is, came back. I find no fault in him. Now you see the lights straight ahead. You see the light straight ahead, right? This is what they do. Now that lot over there, and watch where the security go. You know what I'm saying? If you see those lights right over there, let's see if we can see them. You maybe don't see them, but there's a McDonald's, that's that. But I can't zoom in anyway. If it gets important, then I just zoom in, reverse the camera, and make another video. But I doubt if it's really that important, because it's one of those things where certain people who consider themselves to be targeted individuals, they sitting there complaining about their being followed and everything. Come on, you're gonna have persecution. Come on, they're gonna stalk you. They stalk Jesus Christ. Understand what I'm saying? This is what they do. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing more. Understand what I'm saying? They sit there with nothing else to do. There's nothing else in this world to do. It's a matrix. It's only real when children of God that have the Holy Spirit in them. That's when it becomes live. Otherwise, it's just the same old thing. They're hamsters on a wheel. Anyway, I don't know what other way to get that through a person's mind. They say, I'm a target. No, you're a child of God. Stop labeling yourself that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's most definitely disrespectful to God, because, you know, you're labeling the Holy Spirit a target. There's two marks. Marks of Satan, which is the beast, and you have mark that God set out on the forehead of his people, like he set out the mark on Cain, I believe it was. So he won't be killed for killing his brother, you know, as he went out to the different country. Anyway, man, what was my video about? My God. Yeah, so the persecution in the world, we're going to have persecution. So then that's when it goes to a point, you see him? Now he reversing. You know what I'm saying? Right here, keeping tabs, right? Right here, keeping tabs, right? But then there's cars right here. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? In the world we'll have persecution, right? So after that is said, move over here because I'm starting to get a little wet. In the world we will have persecution. Jesus said, the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. So if some of those who are homeless, quote unquote homeless, no shelter over their head, don't worry, Jesus Christ was homeless. Just be thankful that you're not in a third world country where they don't have clean drinking water, you know, where they don't have food, they don't have welfare, SNAP benefits, pensions and all that. They don't have that. You know what I'm saying? So just be blessed that you have that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they have the next thing as far as, man, I had my, that's why I like to write it down. Yeah, you know, the persecution, let me think about it, hold up. God has angels and he commanded his angels to keep us in all our ways. Therefore, God said, do not fear their many threats. That's all they doing. And that right there can get us into an emotional field to make us want to go out and be combative. This is not a physical war, Ephesians 6. This is a spiritual war. You understand what I'm saying? As long as you got your waist girded with truth, you can't be bamboozled by a lie or fabricated story or half a truth. A half a truth is a whole lie. You got your head of salvation on, you know, your helmet of salvation, breast with righteousness, feet shod with the perspiration of the gospel. Understand what I'm saying? The sword is what you're going to fight with. The sword and the belt of truth, they work hand in hand. God said he got commands to keep us to his angels to keep us in all our ways. So that's when babies be around you and they see angels, they see birds, but those are really angels. That's what they see. When dogs see something on the side of you, that's what they see. You know what I'm saying? They can see demons too. You know what I'm saying? But we know who we are. And we know when they start looking left and right, they seeing something in the spirit realm. Those are angels and demons fighting. More than likely. God also said that, you know, keep us in all our ways. You know, he gave a command to touch not my anointed ones. And we got to remember that we were bought at a cost. We are not for our own, but we to go out and tell people about the good news, which makes our job easier when people tongue rise against us and condemning us, talking about how they're going to kill us. That's not the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? And any tongue that rises against us, we shall condemn. Like, we can condemn that. We can condemn those people. I'd rather not. You know what I'm saying? Unless I feel moved in the spirit to, you know, give them some truth. You know, so according to the Holy Scriptures, you know. So when it comes to that different thing, man, all these different death threats, I've been receiving death threats for so long. The Holy Spirit then taught me things to what happened in my youth. I remember when I was a newborn's umbilical cord, after they cut the umbilical cord, the little piece that hangs on there. I remember seeing that before it fell off. So maybe you're 3 weeks by the time it falls off, right? I remember seeing that. My eyes were open. The way Hollywood depicts the story on when a person is dreaming and it's kind of cloudy. It's like being in the car in the wintertime with no heat, no defrost or whatever the case may be. And there's a small patch in the window where it hasn't been taken over and you can see. So when you think of yourself, that being the eyeballs, the vision, that's how I seen it. It was cloudy, but I was able to see through it, and it was the umbilical cord. And my parents, they used to blow on my stomach, like, and it used to send a vibration to my heart, and it used to just be so slap knee funny, right? Just hilarious. You know, so push gonna shove, as I got older, Holy Spirit started exposing some other things on that I seen, that I now really recognize upon the teaching from the Holy Spirit, because, you know, Jesus Christ said when he leaves, the Father is going to send the Holy Spirit. Understand what I'm saying? So yes, when I say Holy Spirit, that's because that's the name. But of course, we put our trust in Jesus Christ, that even intercedes for us to our Father on the throne. I'm guessing that's how mercy and grace is kept online, and maybe even stop some people from falling from grace, because, you know, the great apostasy, right? Okay, so, you know, man, it just becomes one of them real interesting things. I feel like I've said everything. I don't want to make this long video, but I'm pretty sure the message is in there. I just felt moved to say, something about persecution, and hopefully it just reaches somebody, man, and blesses somebody in their night. It's raining here where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? But we all good, God said he feeds so much as a sparrow. What make you think I won't feed you? The government, one thing you gotta know is that the government gotta keep us with a job. They gotta keep us with a job. Remember, this is Satan's kingdom, but this is our Father in heaven's footstool. When they describe God on the throne, the one that's on the throne, they say under his feet is the color, a certain type of color, I forgot the name, but it's like pretty much, when I Googled it, it's pretty much the color of the sky. Like a horizontal blue or a dark bluish kind of, And then God even said that the clouds are the dust of his feet. I'm going to put that in the description. All relevant scriptures I always put in the description. Whenever I remember, sometimes I just post it because, people who read the Bible know exactly what I'm saying. But I'm most definitely precept upon precept. I got to start putting those scriptures down now for people who don't see or hear and to understand, can see it and make sense to it by hearing, So it goes to that point, man, where, they got to keep us with a job. They protect us, that security there, the police officers, they here to protect and serve. Not the evildoers. God say, obey the law of the land, right? Because he appointed people, officials, etc. in place. And they do not carry his sword in vain. I'm going to put those scriptures down there in the description. They carry out God's wrath. So when a person get gunned down, nothing happens unless God okays it. He formed light and darkness, and they work for the benefit of the righteous, I believe. I'm going to put that down in the description. So that's why we shouldn't judge, because we don't know who God is using. And you judging this person could be used to strengthen you, because you remember, before a diamond becomes it comes from coal. It comes from this dark substance. So God said, I called you from the darkness into light. So therefore, before you become exalted, you have to humble yourself underneath this pressure, this persecution. So if you go out and pastor a congregation, a church, you won't be led to anger. You will have patience. You will have all the fruits you need to be able to deal with people and their problems, whether it be marriage, yada, yada. You won't be given to anger. You will know how to bridle your tongue. Understand what I'm saying? So there you have it. Check out for the description. I don't even know what I'm gonna label this. But peace, y'all.